Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 brushes, including eye and face. I've noticed that I've been getting asked a lot of questions as far as brushes, as far as what brushes I use, and so I figured I'd kind of do my whole favorite top 10 type thing, so I could just get that out of the way. So let's go ahead and get started. No particular form whatsoever, just 1 through 10, not rating at all. First brush, I guess I'll start with a face brush. I really didn't want to show you this brush because it's so dirty. I use it on a day-to-day basis. But it's a stippling brush. It is the 130 by MAC. And I absolutely love this brush. But this is the dirty one. I like to use this brush a little more often just because it's a lot bigger, so it covers a lot more area, so it takes less time, but although I do like this brush as well. So these are kind of both one because they're the same, just smaller. Yeah. So yeah, anyways, I use this as my foundation brush. Just kind of circular motions, and I love it. It kind of gives like an airbrushed effect, leaves that airbrush effect, and I love that. And I just can't do my airbrush every day, just don't have time for it. So this would be my number one brush, and this is the 187. The first one I showed you was the 130, so this is just a smaller version of it, but this would be my first brush. Sorry, it's dirty. I use it day-to-day basis. Sorry. So the second one I would use is also a face brush. It is my 129 by MAC. This one, I think it's 129. Yeah. This one I absolutely love too. It has kind of that out fan type of thing. Sort of dense. It's not like, So yeah, I use this one for my cheeks here, and I absolutely love this brush. I think you're going to hear me say that about every single brush. So yeah, but this would be my number two. You can use this also for powder, face powder. They also have another brush for that, but this one works just as fine, so it kind of does two things. And what you'll find is a lot of the brushes that I do like, you can do a lot of things with them. It's not just made for one thing, but you can also do a lot of different things with them, so that's a good thing too. But this is number two. This is the 129 by MAC. Okay, blush and powder. So yeah, number three, moving on to eye brushes, would have to be my 224 by MAC. And let me tell you something here. These are just my brushes. If you have, there's always dupes for this somewhere. Like I have another one, which I'll show you in just a few minutes, but I'm just kind of going with what I have, and there's always dupes out there, like I said, so it could always be, dupe of a MAC 224. So yeah, but this is the MAC 224 Special Edition, and this is a blending brush. Mine's kind of wide. They're all different, so I've seen some that are, kind of longer and a little more tapered, but this one is kind of long. I mean short and poofy. But I do like to use this for my brow bone color. Sometimes I use it for my crease color, if I don't want such like a dark color, and even often at times I'll use it to add my highlight here, or I'll use it for all over color. So this brush is a very good one to have just because you can do a lot with it. As far as eyeshadow wise, sometimes if I want a really precise application as far as my highlight goes, sometimes I'll use this and just apply it, exactly where I want it, or just tip of my nose or on top of my lip. So this is a very good brush to have if you're looking into buying brushes or what have you. This one, I would have to say, I love this brush. So yeah, on to number three, would be my 217 brush. A lot of them you're going to see are, and they're all dirty, sorry, but another one you're going to see is this one. It's supposed to be white, but I used it, so it's dirty. But a lot of them you're going to find are used for blending, which, I mean, duh, you know. But this one is more tapered, and as you can see, it's, you know, skinnier. And you can kind of see it here too as well, as far as comparison to the 224. See? Yeah. See, a little more tapered. But this one I enjoy very much as well. I like to use this for my outer color here, or I also like to use it as my crease. And this brush, most of these brushes will, I mean, do all the work for you. You know, just all about holding it correctly, or how much color you put on here or whatever, you know. So this would have to be, this of course was going to be in my favorite brushes. This is a good brush. And I just like the way it's formed, I guess I should say, but I just like this brush. Yeah. And like I said, this one can be made for more as well. You can use it for paint pots, if you do have MAC paint pots, or just any cream eyeshadows that you may have. This picks it up very well, and which is another reason why I really like this brush. So yeah, this is also a multi-purpose use brush. On to number 5. This is the one that I was telling you is kind of similar to the 224, but as far as mine, I've seen some that look almost identical to this, the Sonia Kashuk blending brush. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the Sonia Kashuk because it's so shiny. It's right there, I promise. There it is, Sonia Kashuk. This one you can find at Target, and they're very inexpensive. This one I believe was $5.99, I want to say. It's no more than $10, which is, I mean, that's a good buy for me for a brush. And this one is more shaped. I've seen some 224s that look exactly like that. So this is also a blending brush, but you could also use it. It's a little bit smaller. This is the reason why I have the 224 and this one in my favorites, is because this one's, you know, formed different and it's smaller. So you can also use it in the same spots here on your brow bone, highlight, lid color if you don't want it too dark, you know. So another multi-purpose use brush that I am loving. So this is number 5, and like I said, no order whatsoever. I'm just kind of putting them out there. Okay, I didn't put these in my favorite order or what have you. So that's number 5. Number 6 is another blending brush, which I also used this morning, so it's dirty, but it is the MAC 222 brush. 222, and this one, as you can see, is a lot skinnier, and it's a little more stiff up here. So I mean, of course, if you push it down, it's gonna bend, but yeah. So I like this brush because it's another form of blending brush, and this one I wouldn't so much use for my brow bone. I think I like to use this for my outer corner and for my crease, and also inside here sometimes. If I want a more precise application, then I would definitely use this. You could also use this for probably applying concealer under your eyes, or, you know, just little mishaps here and there. This would be a good brush to use as well. And this one also goes very well with paint pots too. So, or any creamy eyeshadows you might have, this would also work for that. So this is a good brush to have as well. And like I said, there's probably a dupe out there for it. I don't think I've ever seen one for this brush, but it doesn't help to, I mean, it doesn't hurt to look, right? So I'll keep an eye out for this one. And then my next brush is going to be a drugstore brush that I bought. This one is by CoverGirl. This is the newer one of it. I kind of honestly like the older one a little bit better, but they don't have it anymore. The other one was navy with like brown bristles, and this one is black and white. So this is a big eyeshadow brush, like a large eyeshadow brush. This is what I really like to use it for My highlight, if I'm applying a highlight up here, or sometimes this, you may not think so, but this brush is a very good blending brush. My sister told me that this morning, and I could see why. I had experienced it before too, but you can also blend your brow bone color out with this one. This one would work very well for that as well. And also you can apply all over color with this, or even just your lid color. It'll cover a lot of space because it's so large. So if you have smaller eyes, I definitely wouldn't recommend this brush because it's just a little more, it would make it a little bit more difficult. So yeah, I like this brush too. Now on to another Sonia Kashuk brush. This is a small eyeshadow brush. So if you do have small eyes, I would definitely recommend this brush. And if you have larger eyes, then I would recommend this brush, but as well as this brush. If you have larger eyes, you can do a lot more brushes. But if your eyes are a little bit smaller and you want to, more precise application, not want to have it all over the place, then I wouldn't recommend this brush. But this is my next brush, and it's a small shader brush. See that there? Real thin. I like to use this brush to apply lid colors. If I'm just putting it right here on the inside and maybe stopping about right here, then I would use this brush. I can also use it as a highlight. On some looks, you want to put a highlight, and then at your very, very top, the very, like, right under your eyebrow, if you want to put another highlight color on top of the highlight, then you would use this brush. This would be a good brush to use. I also like to use it to apply color under here or in my tear duct area for a more precise application as well. So this brush is really good all around, and also another multitasker, which is really good. My next brush, I think this is number 9, is by okay, so my next brush is the C408 Chisel Shader, and that is, I got this brush from Coastal Scents, but I'm pretty sure it's a crown brush just because I've seen some crown brushes and it has this labeling on it, so yeah. But anyway, it's a C408 Chisel Shader, sorry. And it's just very obviously a chiseled brush, and as you can see, it's very thin and very short. And what I love about this brush is that it gives a very precise application, picks up color very well, and so yeah. But what I really like to use this brush for is underneath my lower lash line when I'm applying eyeshadow. I always apply eyeshadow down there when I'm doing my looks. It's very rare that I don't, so I use this brush on a daily basis. So anywho, I like to put it down here to apply my lower lash line color. It also gives a precise application as to putting your color here in your tear duct area, or if you're just trying to put it here in your inner lower lash. It also gives precise application when you're trying to highlight here in your inner tear duct. So yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot more that you can do with this brush. It's just those are the things that I use it for. So yeah, so that is number 9. And number 10 is going to be my 219 by MAC. It says SE because it's a special edition. I got these brushes in a Christmas well, when the holiday collections come out, which is out right now, and you haven't gone to go see it, then you should, especially if you're thinking about buying some brushes, because that's a grand opportunity to buy some, because you get some, a little pack, and they're little, but they're still brushes, so it's good. Anyway, so yeah, this is a 219. It's a tapered brush. Mine is kind of big for some reason. I don't know. It's supposed to be white, sturdy. It's another one I use almost on a daily basis. So this brush I like to use for my outer color, especially at the very, very corner to darken that area. I know that you guys have seen this in my tutorials quite a bit. So I use it there. I also use it to smudge out liner. You'll see that in some of my upcoming tutorials as well. My Victoria Beckham one, I used a 219 to smudge out the Stila Kajo eyeliner. So yeah, this is a good brush to have as well, just to darken colors here, or if you're looking for a cut crease, this would be a good brush to use. As far as putting in your tear duct area as well for also a more precise application. So that is number 10, and that is it. I just wanted to do my 10 favorite brushes, my top 10, just to give y'all a heads up as far as what brushes I'm using, because like I said, I had been asked that, and so I could keep y'all informed. Look forward to some more tutorials. Yeah, look forward to some more tutorials. I'm sorry I didn't keep up really with the Halloween theme. I saw some of these videos on YouTube and it's like, wow. I mean, these people absolutely wow me with what they can do as far as with makeup and all that stuff, and that inspires me. But Halloween thing is just not my thing, and I think people are more into scary stuff than anything. So, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. I'm just gonna stick to doing awesome makeup, and I have a tutorial coming up very soon, and I'll see if I put pictures right after this, you know, thing, just to give you kind of a preview of what it is, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye. Beautiful.